Hi everybody, and welcome back to my vlog. This is not going to be a normal episode with lots of comedy and humor and smart one-liners. This is more of an informational episode that's kind of awkward to do, but necessary in this time. I'm about to get Covid antibody tested, and I know a lot of people out there are kind of confused as to what it means to be antibody tested versus just a regular COVID test. Well, this is the one that doesn't require you to stick a giant Q-tip up your nose. This is just going to be a small blood drop sample, which in our case will take up to 10 minutes to get a result. It's not as invasive. Some people are saying that the Q-tip actually hurts a lot because it's being shoved up and it's called a brain tickler, when in reality it's just a long swab that just touches the edge of your sinus and collects a small sample of the sputum. And some people are just giving the wrong idea because it doesn't go anywhere near your brain. It's probably a good 4 or 5 inches away. The reason why I am going to be getting this test is I'm hoping that I have the antibodies, which means theoretically I should be above getting the COVID virus. The reason why I say that is because it's been unproven whether or not I have gotten it. Debbie thought that I might have actually had it when I don't think I actually had it. I thought I had bronchitis a couple months ago. It is a very sensitive subject, and I'm hoping that we can explore it. January 9th, Debbie and I decided to go to Hawaii, and we spent from the 9th to the 14th in Hawaii doing 6 episodes of the vlog and getting ourselves very, very exhausted and run down, almost to the point where we were feeling sick. Well, I was feeling sick just because doing 6 episodes in 6 days just was exhausting. And we got back on the 14th and relaxed a little bit. A couple days later after that, I believe on the 17th of January, we went to Disneyland, which has a lot of people, and I was fine. I was just exhausted still. So was Debbie to an extent, right? Debbie went back to work. Debbie and I went up to San Francisco SKETCHFEST, where we attended a show up there in San Francisco while visiting my parents. And then life continued on to itself. Everything was normal. And then that's approximately when the outbreak started occurring in foreign lands, but they're not really sure exactly of the exact time when it started hitting foreign lands. Fast forward to February, and that's when the virus started hitting the United States. They're saying that in some respects it became asymptomatic, meaning you didn't show any symptoms yet you still have the virus. On February 13th, I started getting sick and I thought it was bronchitis, so I just ignored it. On February 14th, Debbie and I, for Valentine's Day, again, went to Disneyland. But by that point, I was feeling a little bit queasy. I thought it was just because it took us 2 hours to get to Disneyland, and I was getting frustrated. But after that, I started getting a little bit bronchitis-y. I know I spent the next several days in bed, and I coughed. And when I see next several days, a better phrase is to say next several weeks. I didn't really fully get over it until the middle of March, and that was even still shaky because I had coughs. I didn't have the shakes as I once did, but again, I'm so used to having bronchitis almost every year of my life that it just became a regular thing. Fast forward to today, and we're gonna find out if I have any antibodies so I don't get this again, and possibly, hopefully, if I do have the antibodies, I'm hoping I could donate some plasma for research or something that can help people abstain from getting the disease, or maybe even a cure. I don't know. There are currently 102 different treatments going on that are experimental, that they're trying to find the cure for COVID-19, but as of right now, obviously they don't have any, and that's what triggered this. As for Debbie, she's going to get the antibody test as well. She got sick for a couple days, took a couple days off work Did it feel like an amazingly huge virus, or how did you react to it?
I usually get sick once a year, and that's when I got sick. And I had to stay home from work because I did not feel good. So yes, it was significant.
How many days did you stay home from work?
One, but I should have stayed more.
So we don't know if it was just a regular cold. We don't know if it was COVID or if it was something absolutely in between. We don't know if I transmitted the disease to her, if she got it from work or some of her travels. Or Disneyland or such, because that's how this disease works. We just know that
Nothing was being tested.
And at the same time, we actually went Disneyland twice, the SKETCHFEST, and Honolulu in the course of a month. We went to 4 high concentrated international locations where they group, and so we're just going to get it tested today and hope for the best. Well, this is the testing facility in Burbank, and we are about to get tested.
It's out there.
Hi.
Yes.
Yes. We are at the HOT clinic in Burbank. HOT stands for I forget what HOT. They're just checking right now my birthday.
The test is a small finger stick.
You have to stick your hand out more.
Okay.
I'll have you extend your arm out.
And go down. So.
Thank you. Just clean us some alcohol there. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. All done. Not too bad, right?
Not at all.
Nice and juicy.
And you said turnover time is 10 minutes?
Yes, you'll have your results in about 10 to 12 minutes verbally. And then you'll also receive an email in about 48 hours with more information.
Okay.
Okay? You're all set. Let me get you a Band-Aid.
How different is the results between the email and the verbal?
Oh, the email is just for your records.
Okay.
But you get, we'll tell you verbally just so you know. To have peace of mind.
Test came back negative for both IgG and IgM.
Okay.
Would you guys have any questions for me?
So we don't have any antibodies or
You guys
anything?
don't have any of the antibodies, not IgM and not IgG.
Okay, so we need to both still stay vigilant
Yeah,
for
just
the...
follow the precautions, you know, stay 6 feet away, wash your hands.
I had a question. We were sick in February. Would that be too long of a period?
What kind of symptoms did you have?
Like he had.
I had bronchitis type symptoms.
Okay.
Very strong, and they wouldn't go away, and it took about a month.
Like he even had an X-ray to check to see he didn't have
Pneumonia.
and they didn't see pneumonia there.
Oh, you went to the hospital for your symptoms?
ER. Urgent care, yes.
When was the symptoms
Just after Valentine's Day.
after Valentine's Day? Did they do a COVID test on you?
No, they didn't have them available yet.
They didn't have it available? Well, there's, you might experience, it wasn't related to COVID. So our test, they run 98% accuracy for IgG,
Okay.
92% accuracy for IgM. So within our test, it shows negative for both of the antibodies.
For the entire duration of that time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what it tests for is IgG. It tests for if you had it before,
Mm-hmm.
from 21 days up to 1 year.
Okay.
And IgM is if you have it currently.
Okay.
So you guys tested negative for both of those. Okay. Any more questions? Well, we guys will have results emailed to you within 48 hours as well.
Okay, great. Okay,
Any questions?
I think that's everything. I thank you very, very much.
You guys stay safe, okay?
Yeah, you too. So.
Have a nice.
Okay, I don't know how to feel about that one. I was kind of actually hoping to have it, just so it would explain why I get bronchitis, and hopefully I could have antibodies could have helped. And it still makes me, still makes both of us susceptible to COVID. I don't really know how to feel right now.
I'm not sick, man.
Yeah, but it would be nice to know that theoretically you have the antibodies, so it's kind of not logical for you to get.
So you're saying it's like chicken pox? I'm not worried.
I kind of am. Well, the good part about this is,
You didn't infect anybody, so you should be fine.
yeah, but it's at the same time, it's just, I'm not saying I wanted to wish I had a disease, but it is a really weird feeling to,
There's gonna be casualties. Not everyone's gonna get it. Not everyone is gonna survive it.
but it also feels dangerous that I am still susceptible for getting it, you know, and it's,
Just take precautions. Do what you can.
and I guess that's,
That's all you can do.
and the bottom line why we did this is because we got the testing. It didn't really hurt, and we're okay. We're just waiting for this thing to be over. So I guess that's this short vlog. Hope you guys are doing well. Stay safe. Hold on a second. Okay, it's been a couple hours since we had the test and nothing has changed. We're both no COVID. We're both fine. So I spent the last couple hours thinking about why I was a little bit upset, and I came up with a couple of thoughts. First and foremost, I want to wish all the nurses happy National Nurses Week, and they reminded me that when I was getting the testing. We went to the Hormone Optimization Therapy, or the HOT clinic in Burbank, which is also in Encino. And there's many places where you can get COVID and antibody testing. Many of them are going to be free. So if you just look online, or if you look, probably watching the news, you could probably find a way to get tested for very little money. I wanted to thank the nurses today from the Hormone Optimization Therapy Clinic, and also just the nurses and doctors and the delivery people and the first responders and the store owners. Last time I also forgot to thank the agriculture people, the people that cultivate and pick our vegetables and meats and such, that the farmers. Thank you guys very much, because I know that we wouldn't have the standard of living right now if it wasn't for you guys and everyone else who's an essential worker. If I'm forgetting you, I apologize, and I thank you very much. And it's not meant to be light of, it just meant that it's overwhelming right now, that everybody that's stepping up to the plate and helping out. Hope you guys found that Debbie and I getting tested interesting, because I'm also realizing that getting tested is the only method that's going to eventually eliminate the virus altogether, and also probably the fastest. Repeated testing. So we're gonna eliminate this virus. It's just gonna take a while. It's going to be June and wedding season, and I know a lot of weddings are being postponed or canceled or such, because you can't have big crowds. You can have huge weddings in locations and such. If you wanted to have a small wedding, maybe it's impossible to find a minister or something. Well, a few years ago, I believe it was 2015, 16 maybe, I got myself this. This is the Universal Life Church Ministries Credentials of Ministry. means I am legally allowed to perform a wedding. I have performed weddings before, married a couple friends. I just want to say, if anybody in Southern California or the area needs somebody to perform a wedding, especially at this time, I would be honored to perform it if you're having a hard time finding clergy ministry or whatever. I'm not a religious person, but I don't do a religious service. I just marry people, much like a justice of the peace, but I am ordained. And if I could perform for you and it would help you out, I would be honored to. It would be for no charge, but I ask for a consideration to a donation, just a small donation into a COVID nonprofit. I know that everybody can find a COVID nonprofit that would help everybody these days, so, or some nonprofit that would really help. That's the only kind of compensation I'm looking for this. And if I could come to you and marry a few of you as whatever the current law allows, I would be happy to. I have nothing to do this summer. There's nothing filming right now. But if you need somebody, I'm here. And hopefully bring people back together. Maybe it wasn't the antibody testing I'm disappointed by. Maybe it's the fact that I haven't been able to help more people, and hopefully this is the way. Anyway, back to this video. And that's